not live. You fucking
We're
idiot.
just easing into it.
So
bro.
it's live?
Okay. We're not live.
Oh, why don't we do it live? You don't do it live anymore?
No, because I was having too many issues with like the program. Yeah, it's just
You're gonna have to, with that mic, you're gonna have to make sure you're consistently like pointing towards it.
I know how to use a mic. Did you see that status Evan posted?
Yeah.
Complete. I don't know why he posted.
Are we recording, or are you just gonna talk about personal?
Are we live?
This is Justin with the Twin Jitsu podcast. We have Chris. What's up? And Jordan Evans, our
Hey, everyone.
favorite guest.
Am I the first time someone's been twice?
Duo.
No, Dr. Joe is twice.
Damn it.
Yeah.
And he's a lot smarter than you.
Is he? Dude, that sucks. What does he
he's
do?
a doctor.
What kind of doctor is he?
Emergency.
Oh, that.
Have you never met him?
I don't know.
It'd be cool to have both. We should do a 4 guest sometime.
Yeah.
We'll have to
Well, I
get
want to do a podcast where we watch like a Fight to Win or Polaris or something, you know?
We should do one where we watch a podcast.
Oh, yeah, that'd be sick.
We watch an episode of Fighter and the
Podcast
Kid.
of a podcast?
Yeah.
That'd be good. I'd watch some fights, too. I get sweaty watching some shit like that.
Just because you get nerves?
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
I'm there. I watched
get that shit.
yesterday morning. I was watching Leandro Lowe Relentless Passing on YouTube, and I was fucking.
Yeah.
My back was sweating.
So I noticed that when I watch specifically like rolling or competition.
Hold on, you said it wrong. It's Pacifically.
Specifically rolling videos or competition videos, not like technique videos. But like when I see people rolling, I'll like catch myself like I'm like fucking getting all super
Yeah.
tense about it and shit. I'm
That
like,
happens to me when I'm driving.
relax.
Do you do it when you're sleeping? I'll lay in bed and I'll
yeah.
think of moves and technique
You know-
and shit, and I'll be fucking like gripping all tight and stuff on my back. I'm like, you need to relax. You're not gonna fall asleep like this when you're in a rear naked strangle.
I'll think about it when I'm driving. I'll get locked in about thinking about a position or like whatever, and then I'll be like, I'll have to like come to because I'm like, I'm gonna get in a car accident, or I'll like, anyways.
What?
That's all I had.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's why I said anyways.
So I guess I kind of just wanted to talk about like the recent promotions and the seminar you guys had at Artista.
Yeah.
With you. So what was the seminar like? What did you teach?
His are pretty good. He did something from single leg X where you take the back. So if they have the single leg X, you know, they have the one leg around the outside of your leg. He squats that knee that's in the X into the belly, and that leg comes off, and then he'll just grab the pants and stack the person. You know what I mean? And then the other hand is grabbing that leg that's usually in between your legs. And
I'm trying hard to visualize.
do
what
you
you're
even
saying.
train?
Barely, dude.
But anyway,
I don't think this is in the Gracie Baja curriculum. So. Which reminds me, I have something else to tell you, but we'll do it after this.
he stacks the guy, and then you fall underneath the hips, and you're right there to get the twister hook whenever you do it. And then he did whenever they do the De La Hiva and they're grabbing their own thigh. We did a leg drag from there, and then he did we worked some leg work from whenever they have a lapel fed, like how to get out of it. One way is like kind of like backing up and sprawling onto the grip. And then the other way is like you back up, but the grip's still super tight, and then you just kind of, you know how when someone's just grabbing your heel, you point your knee and run away and kick it out? You do the same thing, and you'll kick out of the lapel grip. Yeah, we did that. And then he always does a good job of talking at the end. He'll elaborate on a bunch of things about mindset and stuff like that, and just answer any kind of questions. I got to spar with him again.
Oh, how was that?
It was good. Well, he always does Shark Tank whenever he comes, and then he didn't bring anyone with him this time, like Tynan or Jonathan or whatever. So he asked for people to go. So I got in on the other side, and then Aaron got on the other side. So I rolled for 30 minutes or 25 minutes, and then rolled with him and just got smashed. Of course, it's so humbling rolling with someone that's high level because you can't do anything. It feels like they're just there. It feels like you're rolling against seriously just a wall. Yeah.
Or like you're brand new at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, that's what I tell people whenever they ask about it. I'm like, he does to me what I do to someone on their first day.
Yeah.
I have the same amount of control over someone on their first day that he does over me, and I've been 6 years, so it's really good for him.
So with
You
how
knee
long?
barred him though, right? No, now you got your brown belt.
No, I went for a chokehold. No, I didn't. I just wanted to survive as long as possible. He was just like in the arm bar position, just choking me. It's just, I don't know. It sucks. It makes you feel like a piece of shit. Makes you feel really like you're not good.
So when, like, do you ever, since we've kind of, how long have you been training now?
This is the 6th year.
Okay, so we're somewhat similar in time. When someone like teaches something, even though it might be a different variation, like you said, the leg drag, do you ever like be like, oh, I haven't been using, like with me, there was a leg drag the other day, and I was like, dude, why have I not been using the leg drag? Because I just don't use it when I pass. Do you ever, someone teaches like Professor Felix or Professor Mendez teach something where you're like, why don't I use that? Like, I've learned something similar to that. Do you ever have that?
That happens all the time. The leg drag. Oh shit. The leg drag was actually something that's similar for me too. I used to not leg drag at all. White belt, and then most of the way through blue belt. One, because I just sucked at it. They'd always recover their guard. But then I would always see how Professor Felix is so good at the leg drag. Like once he gets in the leg drag, you're just stuck there. He never lets anyone recover from the leg drag. And then I actually started working on it, and when you figure it out, you're like, oh, that's why they do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do that. Especially lately, I've just been focusing on escapes and things like that. Side control escapes, or like, I guess, quasi guard retention. Just not letting them get control of your head and your body, and like totally being on top of you. And just these tiny basic things. I watch those Danaher videos, and I'll watch
Dude,
and that stuff's game changing
Yeah.
as far as getting out of the mount and stuff like that. It's insane how much it helped. And it's like, I've been doing this long, and the way he taught it made it 30,000 times easier. Yeah.
I need to check out his stuff. I mean, I've only like listened to him I haven't seen really any of his videos or anything, instructionals. I've only listened to him on podcasts, but man, his voice is really tough. I mean, I'm sure my voice is tough to listen to, but it's hard for me to listen to John Danaher.
Why? You can't understand him, or
Yeah, I mean, dude, what, is he speaking Spanish?
no, I don't think that
Dude,
is
he's from Spain, right? That's what that
yeah, it's his accent.
Some of it is hard to listen to with him.
He's the whitest Brazilian I've ever seen.
I know I've fallen asleep many a times watching his stuff if I'm not into it.
Yeah.
But once you actually get into it, it's really good. That back attack stuff's, it's insane how good it is. And it's just crazy. Every time I watch this stuff, it really does change my game. He had something about a closed guard arm bar, and I watched that, and I arm bar more people in 2 weeks than I had from white to brown belt.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you have is it the DVD or is it like online?
That one was YouTube, but I have the leg lock system and the back attack system. But sometimes it just gets crazy because I understand where he's coming from, and he tries to break it down into, it's, this system is going to comprise of these four things. I don't know why it's French, but it's going to comprise of these four fundamental elements or whatever. But he takes it over the top because sometimes he'll be like, when we're attacking the back, we have to realize that there's 4 primary systems with 12 sub-auxiliary systems that are comprised of 32 fundamental sequences that we must master within a framework of 17 different auxiliary subsystems. You're like, wait, so which one are we doing? But it's good that he puts it into a way to follow it. But that thing kind of gets old.
Does he have cool names for moves?
Kind of, and sometimes
like stoner control.
Not
what's his version of stoner control?
He has one that's like that, and it's funny because he makes, he's always very deadpan, and when he throws some humor in there, he'll grin. And he's doing this one, and you're transitioning on the back to a triangle, and the way you grab their other arm, you go with the palm of your wrist to the palm of their wrist, and he goes, "We're going to," rather untastefully. And then I have a little grin. He's like, "We're going to grab the suicide zone." Oh. Yeah.
That's funny.
He does that. Other than that.
Yeah. I wanted to mention that you've made me so self-conscious about wearing
Your
my
MAGA
Gracie
hat.
Baja hat. Why? Because you called it the MAGA hat, dude. We were driving to Florida, and we stopped like right outside Atlanta, and I'm wearing my Gracie Baja hat, not even thinking I'm getting gas. And I'm like starting to walk around, and I'm like, dude,
You do not want to wear that hat.
No,
outside of Atlanta.
dude.
I didn't even think of the implications that it actually does look like a MAGA hat.
yeah,
just
dude.
'cause
Like
it's red.
I was like, shit. why
You
am I
can't wear red hats these
No, you
days.
can't.
Well, with white lettering, definitely not.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a bad move.
But yeah,
They should just make a blue one.
they have a black one. That's pretty
Oh.
cool. It's like black on black. But
In honor of abortions, yesterday
great transition.
I made egg salad for lunch.
I don't know. I'm lost.
That was so stupid, dude. But I do have a valid question that I thought of at jiu-jitsu. If women laid eggs like chickens do you think we would eat them?
You think we'd fuck them? Like, to fertilize them? That's how it's done, right? Is that how
I
you
don't know.
fertilize an
I
egg?
don't think so.
Is that how roosters do it?
They don't fuck the egg.
They don't just jerk off onto the egg.
They fuck them.
Louis C.K. would be a good chicken.
Wait, how does it work? So
They have sex.
and then the egg comes out fertilized?
Yeah, but
I think so.
But yes,
I'm
I'm a
fucking
chicken expert.
idiot.
They lay eggs just like a menstrual cycle, kind of. So they lay unfertilized eggs.
A delicious menstrual cycle.
Yeah.
I don't think if I got my wife pregnant and she laid an egg, I would just eat that egg.
It depends.
It'd have
on
to be unfertilized.
if it was yummy or not. It depends.
It'd be like an ostrich egg. Just like it would taste just like a chicken egg.
I
But
would
just
for
way
sure
bigger.
eat them.
Okay.
I'd probably eat it. That'd probably be good. Yeah.
I want to taste breast milk. I feel like
Breast
that's like a
milk.
natural thing to try all that stuff.
I would try it.
No, I would definitely try it for sure.
Yeah.
Like with some cereal or something.
The milk or the egg?
The milk. All right, let's get back on the.
Have you had to adapt your training with your bum ass knees?
Because I need some of your expertise because my knee is fucked.
What knee is it?
My left knee.
What's it do?
And his weenie.
I have so I've had it looked at by Flavio. He's like he has his PhD in physical therapy or whatever. No big deal. Just kidding. But he says it's a partially torn ACL. But I haven't had a MRI yet.
Well, you should get an MRI. That'd be the first thing, just to make sure you know what it is. That's the worst thing with the knee is because you can speculate about it, but until someone looks in there, you really don't know. I mean,
Dude, I
or you
just
don't know the extent of
Yeah,
how
that-
bad
yeah.
it is.
Dude, ACL recovery is like 6 months. Like you're not training for almost 6 months.
yeah. Well, you shouldn't
dude,
be
there's
training while
nothing
it's torn anyway.
No,
There's
he said
nothing-
I'm fine to
what-
train. He said I'm not going to hurt it anymore.
Wouldn't it recover and attach more if you didn't have someone yanking on it?
Maybe.
I mean,
It was feeling better, and then I went on a run. Like I know this
You
is
probably
stupid.
shouldn't run.
I didn't, but dude, I had just gotten back from vacation, and I wanted to work out. And this happened like 6 months ago, and it's progressively gotten a little better. And then I went on a run, and it's then I went on a ran,
I went on ran.
and now it's feeling.
I would
Terrible.
say be patient with it. That was the hardest thing for me is I would never be patient with any injury. And
Dude,
then-
me neither.
Yeah. And then now that I've actually been patient, I can enjoy it more. I mean, my body still hurts, but I think some of it I'll mentally just be more scared of getting injured. One, the meniscus problem I had, it lasted forever just because I never went to the doctor like yourself. And then once I went to the doctor and they scoped it, after I recovered, 100%. This knee gives me no problem.
How long
That was like a month after the surgery. I
you started training?
like lightly with children.
Don't talk about Kevin like that.
No, that man, that kid destroys me.
That man
He's
kid.
so good. Yeah,
Yeah,
man
he's
child.
awesome.
Wait, what? Oh,
You were-
probably about a month.
And then
But
you
I
were
w-
going to say something about your other knee.
Yeah, and then a few months after this one healed, I went to Atlanta to train with Bruno Frazado, and I was going to train just for 2 weeks and do nothing but train. And I was on the third session of the day, and I was reverse triangling somebody on the top. Huh?
And it popped.
Yeah, they had my leg like a single, and I was adjusting the triangle, and you just heard this like, yeah, and just like whoa, and it ended up I tore the LCL and both sides of my calf muscle where it connects.
Oh,
to the
really?
back.
So you had to have surgery or no?
I didn't have to have
It
surgery.
was just a partial tear.
Yeah. I just had to walk
Jesus
around on the cane.
Christ.
I just didn't do anything for about 3 months. I did yoga to get it back. I've been
The
doing that a lot.
LCL can heal, I think.
Oh, so
right?
you had to take more time off for that knee than the other one?
Yeah, and it's crazy. But I was patient with both of them.
Do you still go to,
after the
like,
surgery.
will you go to Artista and watch class when you, or do you kind of just stay
can't-
away?
Dude,
Yeah, I stayed away.
it's more
too
depressing.
hard.
I mean, I agree. That's when I broke my arm. I came and watched class one day, and I was like, "Fuck this, I can't."
And because if you're there, it'll make you want to. You'll try it. Because I know on the most recent one, maybe a month or so afterwards, I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll like mess around with this person," and then they touched my leg, and it got real tight and felt real hot, and I was like, never mind, I'm done. I'm not gonna do this.
That's why I haven't been there, and it's been like 4 or 5 weeks. Because after I tore he said more than likely it was a torn labrum. I just wanted to wait until we saw how bad. Like,
There's
I
one of
got an
those in your
MRI.
shoulder. Is that like a flap of skin or
No, it's like cartilage, I think, basically. It's
yeah.
like the O-ring on top. I think it's like on top of your femur or part of your hip that keeps your femur into your hip.
yeah?
And yeah. And it's one of those things that
I don't
can...
think it's your labrum. I think it's your labia.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. Good one, dude. But it's one of those things that can heal, but also it's like kind of, sometimes they don't heal. But they said if you're not in pain right now, because I just rest, I haven't been doing shit for the past, I've walked around like as for exercise. That's all I've done. And they said as long as it's not hurting, you don't need surgery. But it was from hockey. It wasn't even from jiu-jitsu.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Y'all are both still playing hockey? That's probably why your knee's messed up too.
Well, that's when it.
Heel hooked in that skate.
The thing is I can skate fine, no problem. But the time that it actually got hurt, I played a hockey game, woke up the next morning, and it
Dude,
was
hold on a
fucked.
second.
That's the same thing with my hip.
Don't you just play in a women's league?
Yeah.
Isn't that what
Pretty
you said
much.
that one
Dude,
time?
them
That you
bitches
scored on
skate,
like
dude.
all those women and you're so happy that you had a goal? Isn't that where you...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one time. We
played
played
the-
another game where I scored 3 goals, and it was all men.
Oh, damn.
I mean, they
Not
were
that it would
midgets,
matter.
but
Because women can still play hockey pretty well.
Do they have open net or you have an actual goalie? You play on the ice, right?
yeah, there's an actual goalie.
And you play ice hockey, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have
Well, we
those
play against
pads?
the sled,
those
the sled
diapers?
hockey players.
Do you wear those
Yeah.
diapers? That thing, does it hurt when you hit the ice still?
No,
No,
Nah,
dude.
I mean, you can fall pretty hard and it won't hurt.
I fell so many times, a couple
That's what-
games.
Like, if you're gonna
hard.
learn how to ice skate, dude, you should wear all pads because then you
Not
have more
afraid.
freedom. Yeah, you're not afraid to fall.
Can you do that thing where you're like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do that?
Yeah,
Dude, that's
dude.
cool. How long did it take to be able to... How many times do you wipe out?
Oh, I mean, I've fallen a lot, but
Do you ever go... You try to like cut the skates like that and do the... And then you go over the top instead because you don't go sharp enough?
oh yeah, that can happen.
Oh, really?
Where you can
lose your-
catch an edge or
Yeah.
whatever, like on this, like that's on the ice from someone else's skate. You can catch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's happened for sure. But you don't fall. I mean, I don't. Fall
I don't
that
think
much.
I'm gonna play hockey again, or at least not for a while until I need. That was another thing is,
Well, then
dude,
give me all the equipment. back.
some of it's mine too.
Do you rent it?
No,
it's
we
yours.
have all the.
Oh.
The skates are mine.
Okay, just
the gloves are mine.
$2 skates.
I think that's it. Shit, I was gonna say something.
I don't know. We bought all of our equipment. I thought that's what you were saying.
I was gonna say. What's funny is when I went
This
and
is a
got
great
my
jiu-jitsu podcast, by the way.
dude, we're the number one jiu-jitsu podcast that doesn't talk about jiu-jitsu on iTunes. The ratings just went up. I just saw 'em. The doctor like tested my hip flexibility on both my legs. It's terrible.
Really?
Yeah, and what's funny is like
What do you
I
have
feel
you
like in
do, though?
jiu-jitsu people think I'm flexible, but my
Me
hips
too.
aren't at all. They're
They're
terrible.
probably just flexible in one direction.
Yeah, I just know how to I don't know, maneuver my body to compensate. But I feel like that's how injuries happen because when pressure and things are involved, you can force yourself to be a little more flexible, almost like a stretch. And I think that's how you pop shit. Like,
That makes sense.
yeah.
Are you pretty flexible?
Only in certain directions.
Yeah.
Since I hate to be the freaking Nick the new guy on like the vegan, the yoga vegan.
Nick the new guy.
You know, when you start doing something new, you only talk. But I've been doing that yoga, and that I've gotten so much more flexible and strength in my lower back.
What
doing
kind of
it.
yoga do you do?
I do the hot yoga, and then sometimes I'll do this thing called yin, which is just deep stretches for like you'll do one pose for 5 minutes, but it's not strenuous. It's just it'll be something like a hip openers or something. Or
Do you do that on your own, or do you take classes?
I do classes. Yeah.
Where at?
It's at 8th and Wedgwood. It's called Yoga Soul. It's awesome. It's
Is
super
it a
hot.
monthly membership?
Yeah.
How much is it?
More than
I don't know. It's
jiu-jitsu,
like 100 and something. No, it's a little less than jiu-jitsu.
Jesus, dude.
I get a discount. The girlfriend's an instructor.
Oh.
Yeah. It's super hot, though. I had to lay down for the first time a couple weeks ago, and I thought I was going to meet my maker, dude. I
Like
did.
you just had to stop for a minute? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the first part is all standing, and then you do work on the floor for the second half of the class. And the standing part, after I got done with this certain pose, from my neck to my elbows was just tingling and feeling spicy. So
Did you take like a...
oh shit. And then I just got through the standing. Then when we were laid on the ground, I was laying there and my jaw was going numb and stuff. I was like, I'm gonna fucking die right here. And then you just can't leave the room. It's like really disrespectful to leave the room. But I guess it was just too humid for me. But the whole second half of the class I didn't even do that day.
You think you just weren't hydrated? Or?
I think I didn't have enough salt that day. So the water wasn't staying in me because one, I had my schedule had been kind of disrupted. So I went to bed at like 9 one night, midnight the other night, and I think I woke up at 6 one morning, or not 6 but like 5 to teach or something, and it just got me jacked up. And I think I ate only green leafy vegetables for lunch that day with no kind of salt in my water or whatever. So during that first half of the class, I was just dumping out liquid because after I got done, the mat was
So what'd you do? Just lay for the rest of the
just
class?
laid there, yeah.
Is that fine? Like if you're having trouble with stuff, is that looked at as like disrespectful?
No, they'd rather you do that. If you leave, that's super disrespectful.
Really?
Yeah, because
That's
it
crazy.
ruins. Dude, I'm hate to be woo woo, but it
Ruins the vibe of the room?
it ruins the vibe of the room because if
Because of the hot?
because
Okay.
because if
Okay.
I leave, then you think it's okay to leave. You know what I mean? So that kind of makes other people be like, "Oh, well, I'm miserable. He walked out."
I feel like you're
out.
paying money to be able to ruin the vibe of the room.
Only I've heard of someone threw up on their mat one time. I wouldn't do that. I would obviously.
Yeah, that's worse.
That's what...
I don't know. I'd probably just do it just to prove a point. Like I'm not.
Thank
leaving.
you for not leaving.
Yeah, that's what I'd do. I'd throw up in my water bottle.
What you just said about paying reminded me of, like, did you see the video where Kenan...
I didn't watch it, but I saw. Like,
I mean, I just
I've
saw-
talked to people about it, like a little bit.
How in depth did he go?
Oh, he addressed the thing about.
Everything?
I don't know. Did he?
Oh, well,
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
know.
asking.
I just heard him say... I mean, I've seen, like, Instagram posts and stuff that he's been saying stuff, but he was saying... It was just a little clip, and he was like, You're a customer. You're paying the gym. You should be able to switch gyms without any repercussions, you know? Like,
Wait,
as
is he
far as,
saying
like,
he's a paying
Creonchi
customer?
and stuff.
Is he a paying customer?
No, I think he's just talking about the culture of like
in general?
jiu-jitsu. Yeah, I don't
I
think that
think
was.
he paid to train out.
He might have. Yeah.
For sure, dude.
What was it? Oh, somebody. Galval wanted his passwords for Kenan and stuff, right?
Oh, what?
I think that's what he wanted.
Why?
That's what I heard.
That seems ridiculous.
What do you mean
to me.
he wanted his password?
Like wanted control over that business, like of that aspect of.
If
what's
that's
going
true,
on.
that's insane.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Bernard said that, but I don't know where he got that from.
I mean, I could understand, like,
I'll just roll with it though. We'll make it up.
Yeah, let's
Sounds
go
right.
with it.
rumors in that. No, I don't know, man. I understand some control over, like, one. If you don't like something that your student's putting out, I understand kind of, but at the same time, it's like, dude, you're not in control of him.
Yeah, especially. I don't know. It seemed like he filmed most of that stuff at his house now, anyway. So it's not like it's he's
It's not
utilizing the
Atos,
gym. Yeah.
I wonder if that was a move by Kenan, or I wonder if like there was like a weird thing that made him not shoot, because he hasn't been shooting at Atos for a while, and I wonder if like he didn't like it, or like
Maybe they had been talking about it, like, oh, you can't do that here. Yeah, because he would used to have videos there.
But it's dumb because it's like free advertising for one of the. Kenan probably has one of the bigger online things. Yeah.
For sure.
They do things kind of weird at that headquarters, though. If you go there and you don't have an Atos rash guard, you got to buy an Atos rash guard. I think you have to wear their gi too. It's like that.
It's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, well, that's not weird to me because I'm used to that.
Yeah, you have to have their actual rash guard.
I understand both sides of that coin.
Making a visitor buy a $65 rash guard?
That's crazy.
That's crazy, yeah.
Dude, I want to go train at
I could be wrong
that
about
Jiu
that.
Jitsu guys.
I wouldn't
School
mention.
sometime, like
What?
on a Saturday. Jiu Jitsu.
Oh yeah, where's he at?
He's in Kentucky, I think.
Kentucky, Louisville. He just seems. He doesn't make people pay. If you're coming to visit, you don't have to pay a mat fee.
Really?
Yeah, he's like, as long as you're clean and respectful, he's like, I want to. If you're from out of town, I just want to give you a home away from home and stuff. He
That's
just seems like a
awesome.
really cool guy.
I said hello to him at that fight to win that one time. He was nice.
Yeah.
I didn't really talk to him, but he was a nice guy. Yeah.
I mean, out of like, I don't know anyone who makes jiu-jitsu videos like him. I'm sure there are other people, but where he like addresses topics and stuff like that.
He fields questions.
Yeah. So taking it all the way back kind of to the beginning. So what has it been like seeing like Artista grow and stuff, and seeing like Felix go from, I'm assuming, a blue belt when you first met him to now getting his black belt?
It's wild because you don't really realize how much time goes by.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, at white belt and blue belt, you're like, when the fuck am I going to get this white or this blue belt? When am I going to get a stripe? This and that. But then, definitely, once you get a purple belt, or like when you're most of the way through blue belt, it's just like I'm here because I like it, and it's just, you know, that stuff kind of just comes when it comes, and it's nice when it comes, but you know, you really don't care about it or think about it. I think if you do care about it, it makes it a lot longer on you, and you probably a lot harder on the way you look at it too. You probably get more frustrated with your training and stuff. But I mean, also, yeah, being there and see my friends like you. You have a black belt now. Felix has a black belt now. It's pretty wild, especially because
Bernard's got to be close, right?
Yeah,
he's been a brown belt for a long time.
Yeah, I think he'd get his from Chris though.
Okay,
Since that's his he keeps him as his instructor.
I thought about it because when I saw like the promotions, I was like, I wonder why Bernard isn't getting promoted, because I know he's been a brown belt for a long time. But then I thought about the other instructor. I was like, maybe he's under him still. I don't know.
Yeah, he still does that kind of a thing.
What's crazy too to think about, like especially all these people, like a lot of the people you train with are your friends, and like you hang out sometimes out of the gym and stuff. And I'll catch myself thinking about stuff like hanging out with you or like Maroof, and then I'll think and I'll realize like that was like 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. It's like, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, somebody. Who was it? I think I was with Maroof and and Arshawn. We were having some beers or no, we weren't. We were at
A mosque.
Yeah, we were but
prayer.
We were talking about that time that we ate at what's that diner, Nolansville or whatever.
The Shake
Nashville.
Oh yeah. And I puked. Oh yeah, with Arshawn.
He just breaches the opening door and then takes one stride out of the door, and just there's a family of 4 coming in with like a 6-year-old, a 5-year-old, and there's a gray-haired old lady.
Dude, I'll never forget.
Just one stride out.
No, the best.
You were drunk?
Yeah, hungover. The best part of that story is the couple or whoever was walking in was like, "I heard this place is really good," and then I just projectile vomited. Dude, that was rough. That was probably the most hungover I've ever been.
So it was the next morning?
Yeah. And the waitress, I looked miserable. I ordered some food, and then the waitress was like, "You should order this." It was like some sort of alcohol drink, hair of the dog, and I was like, "No." And she brought it over, gave it to me for free, and gave me like some Advil. So I was like, "Fuck it." I drank it, and immediately I was like, I'm gonna throw up. There's no way you just fed me alcohol.
That happened after our wedding night when me and Justin got married. No, when me and my wife got married, I drank, and then at 6 a.m. I woke up. I'm like, I was feeling so bad, but I was starving because I didn't eat at our wedding. I was like, let's go to Shoney's. So we went there. I took a bite. And I was like, I feel so much. Oh no, I fucking don't. And I ran straight to the bathroom. I don't think I actually puked, but
Dude, that was a wild night, though.
That was a wild night. That was a fun time.
Tasia kept feeding everyone drinks. I blame Tasia for that.
is he still training?
No.
He comes in sporadic.
Once every 3
random.
months?
Dude,
He took some private lessons from me, and he was like, dude, I'm on a train. I want you to do one every week. And then, like, we did a few, and then he just, like, disappeared.
he's the David Blaine of jiu-jitsu. He'll be here. He's like, oh, yeah, da. Then he comes back and says, oh, yeah, I was in fucking Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
I was working. I was just busy, man. I was in Kazakhstan. And Maroof's like, no, I saw him like a week ago. So,
You know how it be, man.
yeah.
Did
You know
he
how to
end up
do it.
selling his business?
I don't think so.
He still runs
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. He's so modest, though. He's crazy. He had a Beamer, and we're like, dude, is this you? He's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, but, like, it's used.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
dude, you can be proud that you have a BMW. It's not like, you're not going to make me feel bad because you have a nice car. You
Yeah.
can be like, yeah, I'm
He's-
riding fucking clean.
Yeah. He's doing a lot better than he puts off. Like, I mean, he doesn't,
Yeah.
like, pretend that he's not, but I don't know.
What's
you
crazy-
wouldn't think that, like, just knowing, like, he's fucking doing pretty well.
Yeah. It's just, it's nuts whenever you hear him talk, because when he talks with you, and it's just like the boys, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, and some things like that. And
Yeah.
then you'll be at a coffee shop when he's saying that, and then he'll run into somebody like, oh, yeah, I saw Jerry, and then, yeah, we were doing a lot of things with those projects, and I've heard you've been doing it. It's like, wait, what? You just like flip two switches.
Business Tasia.
Yeah, business Tasia.
Are you going to compete anytime soon?
I'd like to,
Does it
but
make you nervous competing as a fresh new belt?
no, I just would like to compete just to do it.
Yeah.
I didn't. I think I competed at Purple Belt one time, and then every other time I was going to do Masters Worlds the past 2 years, and both times it's just knee injury and injury.
What
So
about this year?
I could do it this year probably if I can get. Well, probably
You
not
have to
this
get
year
your
'cause, like,
certification and all that bullshit.
I already have a membership, but yeah, I'd have
okay.
to get it signed off on for the brown belt. But the only thing is, since I started that new job, I probably wouldn't be able to take off. I don't want to take off a week, right? I'd probably wait till next year just because of the job.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like when I make a plan to do, I was gonna do Masters Worlds and then like do some competitions before that to get comfortable competing and stuff. And every time I make a goal, it's just like, oh, you're gonna get injured, so I'm just
Yeah.
not even. I think some of it is, it's not the making the
It's
goal.
like self.
It's the me going, I need to train a ton. So then I go from training, 4 days a week to trying to train twice a day, 4 days a week. And then that's just too much.
Dude, those 2 days, they're rough, especially as the older you get, man.
Yeah.
I trained 4 times in one day. It was like on a Thursday. I went 6 a.m., lunch class, and then took 2 night classes.
Yep.
The next day, I got an infection in my testicle. And I think it was completely from training too much. Like, I just killed my system.
I guarantee it. Whenever I blew out this LCL in my calf, I trained at 6 a.m., trained at 12 a.m., and then was doing the 6 p.m. and was going to do a 7 p.m.
Yeah, you can only do that shit if you're on steroids.
The juice.
I think, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever thought about have you gotten your testosterone checked?
It's never been high. It's been like 400 or something. I don't know if that's
Have
normal.
you thought
but,
of getting replacement therapy or
I
whatever?
mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Because I've thought about getting mine checked. Like, I got someone's information who does it, but
Dude, you're going to bald even quicker.
I know. But I don't care about that.
I just wouldn't want a situation to where I'm committed to paying this money for that thing.
You have to.
Yeah. And
You
then,
can't
and then
stop.
After, yeah, that's
well,
what I'm
you
saying.
can stop, but you're going to feel like shit.
Yeah. And it'll take forever for you to feel normal. And that's whenever I went to some place to get it checked, and I think they were saying it was like $200 a month or something. I rigged the system kind of that
You
time.
got it checked at one point
Yeah.
when we were training with David.
Dude, someone
Yeah.
at our gym, I'm not going to say his name, well, It's not a big deal, but he got his check. It was like 150 or something.
Really?
Yeah, it was like insanely low.
It depends. You can rig it.
Yeah,
though. That's what I did.
What,
That
you
could
just
not
work out hard.
Dude, I ate a ton of food. I made sure I told them I couldn't make the morning appointment. I made it at like noon or 1, so it would definitely be lower. Yeah, it's lower in the day.
And just beat off like 12 times.
You could
before
do that
go.
too. You could do that, but you could do it just for fun also. But
You mean
VA
beat off the normal amount I do every day? Yeah, I've got low testosterone.
But the VA will check it for free for me. Like if I want a blood test, and when they do it, it's required that you do it between like 8 and 9 in the morning. They won't let you do a test, even if you're not going to get anything, just for the sake of the authenticity of the test. They only let you do it in the morning.
Part of me, and I don't even compete a lot at all, but a part of me is like, man, if I start taking this stuff and I compete and I win gold, am I going to feel like a fucking cheater?
Yeah, I don't know.
But then again,
Maybe
is it
just
really
depends
cheating?
on the dose. Like if you're getting jacked, maybe you feel like a
Yeah.
cheater. But if you just feel good, I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. I just something I was thinking.
I'm just trying to
about.
justify the cheating for you.
I just want to feel good, dude. I feel like, I mean, I don't like sleep well and stuff like that, and I think it's just, I think my testosterone's low. My doctor wouldn't even check.
Once we compete Masters, everyone's on that shit.
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't feel bad at all.
Every 30, not 30-year-old, but all the 40-year-olds who are fucking jacked, they're all on testosterone. That's not how it works.
Well, dude, I didn't even realize that's a Don Julio glass.
I know
dude.
that's like
That's Mexican blasphemy right there, drinking
well,
whiskey.
it's whiskey treason also.
Yeah.
It's bad both ways.
Don Julio's good too.
I don't know if I've ever had it. How much does that bottle cost?
This one was, I think it's like $40.
For the listeners, Jordan is drinking whiskey.
I'm drinking some,
And it's
mixtures.
9 a.m.
It's not 9 a.m. We started at 11.
We went to church beforehand, so
Yeah, we got that part off. And like I know everyone in here has had drinking problems, so like, I'm like, hey guys, I brought the whiskey. Let's go ahead and dive in. I know it's 11, but we're talking, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But
Where is that made?
I think this one's Lexington. Yeah, Louisville, Kentucky. They make some good stuff too. They have a couple. This one's the unblended American. Then they make a.
Can you really
rye
taste
one.
the difference?
Yeah.
Because to me,
Once you drink it,
all
They're
liquor
smoother
tastes the
too.
fucking same,
Like
dude.
better whiskeys are smoother. They're not as harsh.
Yeah, typically the longer it sits in the barrel, the more mellowed out the flavor is going to get. And then also you'll have ones that are. Have you ever seen something that's called a rye whiskey? If you taste a rye whiskey versus like a regular bourbon, or sometimes American whiskeys will have a little bit of rye in them, but if you have something that specifically says rye whiskey and you taste it, those will taste hotter. It'll taste like it has more alcohol in it than another one. So they'll use those in a certain kind of cocktail compared to another one.
The only whiskey I drink is Fireball, dude.
Fireball? Oh, I can't.
Why? Too many, way too drunk memories off of that.
I just don't like that taste of a Fireball.
I don't like
cinnamon.
I like the taste. I don't like the taste puking it
The
up.
next day.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think in one time when I was a teenager, it's a similar taste, but I drank so much
Jaeger.
Goldschlager.
Oh, okay. Oh.
I've never had that.
Oh, well, you feel like a baller because it's got the gold
Got the gold
flakes in
flakes,
it.
yeah. Do you
it's-
poop
dude,
gold the next day?
No, it's so bougie though. You just, you're young. You're like, oh, I'm balling out. I got this gold liquor. It's
Dude,
like
that's how I
liqueur.
felt with Grey Goose. When I was like 18, I would always get a fifth of Grey Goose because I felt like a boss.
Dude, one time.
Because they talk about it in rap songs.
Yeah. And vodka's the easiest thing to drink when you're starting out.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Yeah.
I can't even. I haven't had vodka in
Oh, dude.
forever.
I can't. I haven't. I think I've had vodka a couple times since I had one very bad hangover.
There was one night we bought a bunch of tequila and made margaritas. Had a bunch of people from work over. We might have gone bowling or something. And our other friend Jordan, he spent the night, and we both had to go to work the next morning. So I'm like getting ready.
You mean Jordan Sanders, the guy that drank? Or no,
Jordan
not Jordan
Sanders.
Sanders. Jordan.
That's the guy from Colorado, right?
No.
Well,
Anyways, I know it's Jordan you're talking about. The guy that drank 12 beers during a hockey game.
oh yeah. Oh, dude, we played a hocky game with him the other night, and he didn't
Bro.
bring water on the bench. He only brought beers.
He kept,
was
and he
like-
went to the locker
he'd
room
be
to
like-
get more.
Yeah, yeah. He'd be like, I'm about to score one, dude. And then he fucking get on the
But the funny thing is, he was probably the best player on the ice, but he just was drunk and didn't care, and he's just like skating around.
Anyways, the next morning he's like, dude, how about I was so hungover. He's like, how about those margaritas? I was like, dude, don't even talk about it. And he's like, dude, just think about drinking one right now. And he kept, and then eventually he made me throw up. I was like,
well, that was when he was, when you gagged on his cock.
You have mental mouth connection or something.
oh yeah, dude, me and him can make ourselves puke. Just from, like, if we just make ourselves gag once, it'll be a continual, like...
Dude, I didn't tell you when I watched babysat these twins. They used to do jiu-jitsu. They're like 11. And I babysat them for like a weekend. And it was cool to see like twins as that age and kind of think about how...
I don't think that's babysitting at that point.
I don't know what to call it.
You just hung out with some 12-year-olds.
Yeah. But it was cool to see how the twins like interacted with each other and comparing it to like me and Chris. But they both they would take a shower upstairs together, which we did probably until we were like 11 or 12, probably around that age too. Because one, they're scared to be alone, which I think is a twin thing because I had that bad too. But anyways, they would go up to the shower. They would just like bite each other and fight each other and like whatever. It was chaos up there. But one night, one of them came down and they were like, Blake threw up. And I was like, what? Like, are you sick or whatever? He's like, no. Huntley squeezed me. He squeezed me too hard and it made me gag. And I thought it was hilarious because I could totally see us doing something like that. Even now when we shower.
Yeah, together.
Yeah.
How much have you been training, Chris?
Like 4 days a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's good.
I've trained more as a brown belt than I've trained at any other belt.
Why? You just into it more? Or?
Probably you have more freedom schedule.
I have more freedom because I don't have like a real serious job. It's kind of like a just job.
Like an open relationship type job.
Yeah.
You
got the fuck you job. Like I could walk out. Do you want me to walk out?
Yeah.
Well, that's how I quit my last job before this one. My boss, and it was kind of, I mean, I was definitely not perfect, but he was like, he asked me what my plan was. I was like, I'm probably not going to work here for very long. And I had closed the store early one night, like 7 minutes early. And he was like, well, I can't have you running my store like this. I said, okay, well, I'll hand you my keys and walk out that door right now. And he said, okay, give me your keys. And that's how I quit. But I don't know. I think it's just...
Dude, at least you got the cojones to just be like, here's the keys, dog.
You were making pretty good money, too, but that job stressed you the fuck out.
Yeah, dude. But I think I would do a lot better at that job now because I know a lot more about leadership.
Yeah, it takes...
From listening to Jocko Willing, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I might be training more, too, out of fear of getting a black belt, dude. Just...
Out of fear?
Yeah, dude.
I feel more scared to roll with, not scared, but just like, it feels more of like you need to be on point with your jiu-jitsu, like the higher your level gets. You know what I mean? You just want people to understand that you know what you're doing, I guess.
I care less and less about that.
I don't care about getting beat. It's just like, I still want them to appreciate like my technique or whatever. That like I know something. They're just like, what's this guy like?
I mean, dude, I think the more I get into it, like he was saying, especially like, I mean, if I don't let a white belt do something and they catch me with something, it's gonna hurt my ego. That's why it never happens. I'm just kidding. I'm sure it has, but blue belts and stuff, dude. There's some blue belts that can fucking catch you, man.
Oh,
and that's just all there is to it. Especially if you're not on point. Like if you're just kind of taking an easy day. And
dude, Roman threw me around like a rag doll one of the last nights I trained. We were doing stand up. It was and I mean I took him down, but he definitely got the better of me. But I like that. I was like, that's cool. I like that. Yeah. And he's a little different because he's a fucking genetic freak.
Well, dude, you know why he's like that? I found out today. I was talking to him. I was telling you guys how I watched that Chernobyl show.
That's where he's from.
Well, he's not from Chernobyl, but he's from a town that's like Chernobyl. His parents are nuclear physicists or some shit like that.
Jesus.
And his town, to be able to get in or out of it, you have to exchange an ID card like when you go out. So when you leave the city center, you have to give them your ID, and you get like a key to a lockbox, and then so they verify your identity like when you come back because you have this key or whatever.
What?
And if you aren't a Russian citizen, you're not allowed to go in the city. So he has to like do a special thing with his parents for them to even let him to come in there, even though he is Russian. But he was like, oh, Chernobyl, it was like a level 5 accident. And then he was talking about how in his town they had like a level 3. And so that's why he's a monster. Yeah. He's been mutated.
Well, it's funny too, because he was
radioactive.
like wanting to train with me more. He's like, when do you train, Justin? What days? And I'm like, I don't like it. Kind of my schedule varies.
Because I like beating black belts, so I want to train with you more.
No, he said, because you're like stone, you're like rock. And I'm like, me? I'm like rock? Motherfucker, you're like rock. But he was like, well, I'm usually here. Sometimes it depends on my experiments. And I train in nights sometimes if I don't have experiments.
Wait, is he a scientist?
Yes.
He does some kind of cancer research.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Something about switching cancer cells, gene
Gene editing?
no, like turning certain mitochondria on and off or something to where it signals to the cell to do certain things. Something like that. He is crazy though.
Yeah.
Because he takes things from electrical engineering or something. The way a circuit works, he was describing it to me. He said the way that a circuit board works is very similar to the way things end up orient themselves in a cell. So you can, whenever you have, I think it's called a closed circuit, where the electricity goes around in like one loop, and you can take one piece off and it won't complete the circuit. You can do that same thing with cells to turn on certain responses. And he was talking about doing that, and then also using statistical analysis with that. So he's reading a statistics book and stuff. He's an insane man.
I haven't trained with him in a long... I mean, he was still a white belt, I think, the last time I trained with him.
I yell at him because like he'll sometimes it'll be a fight for a position, and then I'll feel him concede the... You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, this motherfucker's going easy on me. And I'll go, Roman! And he'll go, oh, what? And I'm like, don't let me come on top like that. And he's like, oh, I did not.
Yeah.
He said that to me one time because I was just like tired, and I was wanting him to like pass my guard and like put me in position, like be in trouble with him. But he could tell I was just like totally giving up position, and he eventually was like, why you fight? Yeah, full resistance. Why are you not full resistance? I'm like, dude, you're full resistance, Ruski.
I was rolling with a black belt once. I can't remember who it was. Who was the bald black belt that trained at our gym for a while? That like hurt his back? Pedro, yeah. That was his name. We were trying to think of it. But I was training with a black belt, and he was like, why are you not fighting? I'm like, well, I kind of am, but I'm also kind of trying not to be like, use my strength and stuff, because I'm fucking strong as shit. Dude.
Yeah, I gotta check myself at the door.
So I know you just got your brown belt, but do you kind of feel, because I definitely do, not all the time, there's days where I feel good, but do you feel like imposter syndrome, where you're like, I don't fucking deserve this?
I don't think so, really.
No.
Not anymore. No, that was, I mean, hadn't had it long. I don't mean not anymore, like it's been a long time. I just think being able to be at purple belt that long, it's kind of like Justin said, it's just like, I'm here for fun. Like, I don't really.
So you think you don't really think like that just because you don't really care necessarily?
Yeah, because I mean, most of the time it's not like I'm just getting straight messed up by the same blue belt or anything like that. It's like, if anything, it'll at least be a tit for tat.
Yeah.
So I mean, and that doesn't bother me. But I mean, if every blue belt in the room's working me, then I'd probably be like, something's got to get.
How long were you a purple belt?
I think 3 years.
Really?
Yeah, May 2016 is when I got a purple belt.
Dang.
Yeah, long time.
I think I was 2 years.
I could have done longer. It doesn't matter to me. I wanted that belt to be raggedy, though.
Yeah.
My purple belt was the most raggedy out of all my belts.
Well, my blue belt was
my brown belt. I mean, dude, I've been a brown belt almost 2 years, and and I've trained the most at this belt, and it hasn't changed. It doesn't look any different.
Have you seen Maroof's? He got a brown belt now, but have you seen his? Did you see his purple belt? Have you ever seen Chris Howder's black belt?
Yeah. Is that how it looks?
Really? Yeah, it's like
he was a purple belt. Was
he?
Did you guys get promoted to purple belt at the same time?
I think he got a purple belt
before you,
I did,
right?
Yeah.
That's how Jax. They made him.
Yeah,
buy.
Jax. Yeah, like Jax.
They made him
yeah.
buy a new belt because his purple belt was so torn up.
Well, there's Gracie Baja belts too. If you
The thick
if you
ones.
wash them, they would get white on them after like a day.
There's a website that sells certain percentage used black belts, so you can buy like a 70% used black belt. I think that they're like karate belts or something. I don't think it's for jiu-jitsu, but how much of a fucking loser would you feel like if you bought a
one
belt?
broken in already?
Yeah. I'm sure someone's done it.
Well, they're like in Brazil. Professor Edgy said people would put it to like a bike tire to try and make it look like more worn.
Yeah, but he also told us he was a doctor. So let's slow our roll on.
I've done stuff like that to break in not stuff that extreme to break. I'll break in a belt that I'll just throw it in the dryer for an hour or something.
Yeah.
Whenever I
Just
first
to break it in.
Just to get it to like tumble around. Yeah.
That's different though.
Yeah.
I've heard of people using the belt on their head
So
to
you
get
get
cauliflower.
Yeah.
You don't have it at all.
Not really.
But on that, you're a little bit. But
I had to try super hard though. Whenever,
get it?
Yeah, I would like tell Bernard, and then whenever he'd frame in side control, he'd put his elbow on my ear, and I'd just grind that fucker.
You used to do that to me too.
Yeah. We just do stuff like that, and then he knew I was doing it, so he'd take his elbow and move it up and down like this on my ear, and it just never worked.
I'll do that to people just for shits and gigs.
Some
Really?
people's ears are flexible enough that nothing happens.
Yeah, you'll never be like rolling with like someone you're kind of close with at the gym. And you'll just like pinch them a little bit and shit.
Kinda. It depends on who it is.
Yeah, I
Sometimes.
mean not everybody, but
I think the cauliflower. Usually people that have those ears that are really tight to their head. You know what I mean? They usually get it more than I got these big ass Dumbo ears. I think they just got more room to flop around and stuff.
Jimmy has the most insane cauliflower ears, dude.
Really?
He can't even
Can't even see his ear. I hadn't seen him in forever
because his hair.
Yeah.
He cannot even put an earbud in his ear.
Oh, he's on Maroof status.
Yeah,
Then.
it's bad. Yeah, Maroof's. That's because of the game he plays, the deep half, dude.
Yeah,
Dr. Deep Half. That's his nickname.
that's a good nickname for
Dude,
him.
I think I'm gonna just play half guard when I come back.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like it'll be I don't think open guard right now. Like I should just try and let my hip heal, and I feel like open guard is just gonna fuck
anybody
it up.
pushing on your shin or something's gonna not be good.
Just play turtle guard, dude.
Dude, I used to all the time. I'm pretty confident in my turtle.
There's one guy. He's Scott's friend. He's like from Nashville, MMA. He's got the craziest. He'll just pull into half guard and then immediately start like doing that coyote guard shit where he's pulling your knee with his foot and stuff like that. And he goes to turtle.
Coyote guard. I don't think I've ever heard
Lucas
of that.
Lake stuff. Just half guard with the underhook kind of.
Uh-oh.
And dude, he's so good at it. And your knee always feels like it's about to explode because he's actually like pulling your foot. And
Like with the
stuff.
underhook towards the leg?
No, like around the body.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I love that one.
Yeah, where you like kind of hook the bottom of the foot, right, to like twerk the knee.
Yeah.
Twerk
He
the knee.
twerks it.
What, like
it.
a grapevine kind of?
No, kind of, I guess. Yeah.
I've been using that a
Bushesha
lot just to
uses that
create
too.
space. Like if someone starts to smash me in half guard, I'll just like grapevine their leg out. And,
Like the lockdown.
yeah.
Lockdown's harder to do in the gi, I feel like. I feel like no gi is slippery enough to where...
Dude, I think that I feel the opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
Because in gi, they can hold your gi and like do stuff to make it hard to get the underhook. And there's
Okay,
all
but
that
I'm talking-
friction and like...
Yeah, I agree with that, I guess. But I'm talking about actually getting the lockdown on the
No,
leg.
the legs it's better. It's easier with with that. Yeah,
That's why I don't understand why
that's
people
why Eddie
wear...
Bravo wears gi pants
Oh.
because it helps you. It helps
I
you
guess
too.
that makes sense.
Yeah. Anywho,
Yeah.
let's wrap this thing up.
All right. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Jordan.
Congrats on the brown belt.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me again. That was quick.
But
Yeah, we
next
did like
time,
an hour.
you know, we'll do a
Drunk
later
already.
podcast. That way you don't feel like an alcoholic drinking at 9 a.m.
I don't mind. Oh, dude. You ain't got to give me an excuse to have one.
All right, see ya.